Greetings, metalheads, and welcome to another edition of the Friday 13th YouTube channel. Thanks for checking in. Today, I've got a fantastic interview for you. A Swedish project called Secret Society. Now, I've just spoken to the guitarist Linkan about this fantastic project. Now, the songs are being produced, mixed, and mastered by Andy La Rocque from King Diamond, Guitar God. This project features some fantastic singers. We've got Rick Hauser from Masterplan. We also have Ripper Owens from former Judas Priest, KK's Priest. We also have Ronnie Ron from Metal Church, also Vicious Rumours. We have Troy Norr from Them, who also in the band called Steel back in the day. We have Paul Sabu, fantastic writer and guitarist, producer. And we have some fantastic musicians on here. We also have the one and only Tony Martin, formerly with Black Sabbath, Matt Boals from Yngwie Malmsteen. Great interview indeed. So please check it out. Please share. And please leave comments. Thanks for watching, Metalheads. Enjoy the interview. There's going to be some links for you to check out the music at the end of this. Thanks for watching. Stay metal. Okay, right. We're talking to Linkan from Secret Society. Welcome to Friday 13th YouTube channel, my friend.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah, you're welcome. Nice. So, you're pretty new to me. I discovered you Secret Society just by chance on YouTube when you did that song with Tony Martin. I was like, this is awesome. Who's this band? Who are they? Where are they from? So I'm going to ask you some warm-up questions first before we talk about the band. Growing up, did you learn to play guitar? At what age? And was guitar your first instrument?
Well, yeah, it was actually. I think at age of 10, I think, I learned to play guitar. Teach myself, actually. But I have a couple of great guitar teachers, I have to say, in my teenager. But yeah, I teach myself more or less, and also how to, write songs in an early age of 10, 11, when I formed my first band. Yeah, from that.
So was anybody in your family play instruments? What inspired you?
No, actually not. I think I have no clue where it's coming from, to be honest, but it was just happened to me, and I think before I started to learn guitar, it's always been there, I grew up with Kiss, since I was like 4 or 5. The first memory in my life, was Kiss, and so I'm pretty surprised that I didn't learn guitar before I was 10, but well, that's how it goes,
Can you remember your first guitar? What make it was?
Yes, but well, I can't remember, but it was a shitty guitar. I bought from my parents bought from my neighbor. But the second guitar was like a Weston guitar, pretty nice guitar actually. But I was a Richie Blackmore fan, from beginning. So I wanted a Fender guitar. So that's what I got when I was like 12 or 13, So, and I still have it actually and use it.
That's great. It's great that you've kept it because a lot of musicians don't keep their instruments and they kind of regret it.
I changed the pickups a bit. I put in the AMG microphone and but well, great, cool guitar actually.
So what guitar make do you play now? What's are you endorsed by anybody?
No, I'm not. But I'm my main guitar right now since 7, 8 years ago. It was Epiphone. Sequoia Bullseye signature. Really, really good guitar, I have to say. So that's been my main guitar for everything I record since at least 7, 8 years ago, I have to say.
Okay, what about amplifiers? What do you play? What do you play?
Well, I used to have a Marshall GNC 800, but I get rid of everything right now because, when we mix with Andy in Sonic Train Studios, we use his gear, with the camper and all the thing. So we reamp everything. So right now I have no amp at all, actually. And when I record solos for the Secret Society, I use Amplitude to do the solos. So that's what I have right now.
Okay, then. So besides Kiss, what other bands inspired you growing up?
Kiss, Deep Purple, I think, was my second band I started listening to. Deep Purple, Whitesnake, Judas Priest, of course,
Yeah, the
Uh,
gods.
Too many bands, but I think I grew up with the 70s music, those Black Sabbath, of course, uh, Led Zeppelin and all that 70s stuff, So yeah, that's I think what I grew up with.
What about
Still
guitar?
listen to-
What about guitar players? Who's inspired you? Obviously, Ace Frehley and Paul Stanley. Who else was a big influence to you?
Well, Ace Frehley, of course, but Richie Blackmore, of course, Randy Rhoads, uh, Gary Moore, of course, is super good guitar player. Well, he was, but I think when I look at the big picture, it's like guitar players who've been in a great bands. This is guitar players I like. Jimmy Page, Tony Iommi, Ace Frehley, Gary Moore also. So guitar players who write good songs actually, not just great guitar players. Those I tend to like.
Yeah, was you inspired by anybody like Dave Manchetti and Uli John Roth? Were their inspirations to you as well?
Yeah, of course it was. I mean, I think everybody is inspired of this guy, but yeah. But the Thin Lizzy guy, the twin guitars and Judas Priest, those kind of stuff, inspire me a lot.
Okay, then Lincoln. So, what was your first band that you was in then? What was you playing back then?
Well, I can't remember the name of it, but well, I think I stopped playing guitar, and I think it took 4 or 5 months, till I had my first band, and we did the first gigs, I can't remember the name, but yeah, we did some gigs, already, and well.
So what about recording artists? Who have you worked with? Because like Secret Society, the name is brilliant, by the way, because it's very secret who you've got in the band. There are these different singers. But what was your first recording band that you did?
My ever first recording.
Yeah, which band did you release any albums? Because like you're pretty new to me, so I'm trying to find out what you did before Secret Society.
Well, good question. I think it was a band called Leaving Parasite back in the 1993, I would say. And actually, 3 of us is actually Secret Society now. To go Secret Society, go back way to, well, I would say 1989 actually, and when I joined that band, 1991, we got the record deal. 1993, I think. And after that, we got the record deal with USG in Germany and East West Records. So that's 3 of us do Secret Society right now, actually.
Okay,
so go long back, really.
Okay,
so that was, I think that was the first, professional recording with a release from a label.
So, what style of music was it? Who did you compare yourselves to, if you had to compare anybody?
I'm not sure. It was a bit 90s horror stuff we did back then. I can't really compare it to something, but yeah.
You'll have to send me a link on Facebook so I can check out the band. Yeah. I'd be very, very interested. Is it very Swedish?
Yeah, exactly. Well, yeah, I will send you links. I promise you. Yeah, well, it was pretty good actually. But well, I think the band ended up in 1998. I think we did a last record, but since then we haven't played together. But since we are 3 of them right now to do Society since 2016, I would say. So yeah, that's where we are now.
Okay, interesting. I'm very interested in hearing what you did. So, Secret Society, how did you come up with the name? Was it you that came up with the name?
Well, I think that when we started this, it was like we didn't want to be, the normal band, the band thing. We want to do something different, We come up with, we should write with different singers or artists, whatever, And the band name, I'm not sure. I think is this actually, the Zodiac Killer. Okay. We have the sign of the Zodiac Killer.
Okay.
Since no one ever know who he was, So I think that was the band name, more or less, yeah. So something like that.
So you didn't have any other names for the band? Secret Society was the first name?
No. We just come up with that, and pretty good, also in the beginning, that when we do a few interviews, that no one really knows who's behind this project, So people keep asking and asking, but so that's a name, band name, but
It's very good that you've done that, because it makes people think secret society, because secret society is kind of revolve with the Masons and all that kind of thing.
Yeah, well, yeah, absolutely. But that's where the name come up, and also the symbol of zodiac serial killer, in California.
Okay, then, because a lot of people probably think you're a black metal band or satanic with the name called that, and you just mentioned in the Zodiac.
Well, maybe we are satanic. I'm not sure.
You're not originally from Finland or Norway, are you, by any chance?
Sorry?
You're not originally from Norway, burning churches down and all that?
No. We're from Sweden.
So whereabouts are you from, Linkan? Are you from Gothenburg? Are you live in Gothenburg?
No, we're actually from Varberg. It's like 40 minutes south of Gothenburg.
Right. So how did you hook up with Andy La Rocque? I mean, how long have you known him? How did you meet? How did it work?
Well, Andy moved here to Varberg, the city, I'm not sure, 15 years ago or something, And of course, we have a producer and recording studio like Andy. Of course, we go to Andy. It's a natural choice for us, to produce with him a mix. So that's how we hook up, actually.
Right. Okay. And so who's in the band, for those people that don't know? You're the guitar player, obviously. Who's the bass player and drummer?
Yeah. Well, we have another guitar player called Ola, and we have a drummer called Jeron. So we just only 3 pieces. 2 guitar players, 1 drummer. And often we do the bass ourselves, except from Anthony Esposito, who play bass on the circle. So that's what we're doing. 3 pieces, And we have, we can call almost Sabu as a 4th member, since he do songs and backing vocals almost every song,
Okay.
And then of course, Andy is an important piece for us. Mixing, and I have to say producer also, Andy. I mean, he produced us at some point. Yeah, absolutely.
I mean, you mentioned Paul Sabu. I mean, being like the extra member of the band, he's done a lot of melodic AOR hard rock, hasn't he? He's been with so many people like Alice Cooper and David Bowie and Madonna. It's like unbelievable. You wouldn't think he would be involved with those sort of musicians.
Well, I worked with Paul Sabu since 2007, I think, in different projects and bands, So it came pretty natural to bring him in, because he's just amazing songwriter, singer, musician in general. So that was pretty amazing, And I think Paul do more or less backing vocals on all songs beside Darkest Hour, I would say. And he wrote The Serpent, the new single we released. He wrote that song with us, So it's really important for us, Paul Sabu.
So what was the first project you got involved with him? What did you do?
I did an album with Tony Mills from Shy.
Yeah, rest in peace, Tony. Yeah.
Yeah, and after that, Paul Sabu, he contacted me and just maybe we should do an album, together. And well, I have, as usual, many songs, in archive. So I sent him a couple of songs, and he started to write vocals for that. And later we have like 10 or 12 songs for an album. And it's like we do a band of this, And we have already a bass player, Martin, but we need a drummer. So Frankie Benali from Quiet Riot joined us to record the album.
Another one that sadly passed away, yeah.
Yeah, sadly. But he joined us and recorded the album. And the thing is that we signed a deal and all contract, but things didn't turn out as we wanted, So the contract was over. and that album it never been released really. But I think that Paul Sabu actually will do a couple of songs now on his next album, solo album, with those couple of songs. So looking forward to a couple of songs at least will be released because it's really good songs, I have to say.
That's interesting to know. I mean, like I said, the rest of Secret Society, you've got a friend of mine on vocal, a couple of friends on vocals. You've got Troy Norr from them. I used to know him when he was in Cold Steel. I used to review all their demo tapes back in the 80s, 90s. So I've known Troy for many years, but I mean, them is a King Diamond tribute band anyway, pretty much. But how did you hook up with Troy?
Well, Troy was like, I have a friend in Spain that say, check this guy, he's really, really awesome. And well, I listened to the first album then. It's like, it's so good, It's like, we should have him on a song, Secret Society. So, well, I hook up with Troy and he was on, do Wasted from Induction EP. And well, Troy is really, really great. And Troy will do actually another song with us very, very soon. So that will be really interesting.
Okay. Did you ever actually hear his old band Cold Steel back in the 80s?
Yeah. Cold Steel, right?
Yeah, they were a good band. They never quite made it. They did one album on Turbo Music, but it was kind of really shitty production, but the songs are really good. The demos were excellent.
Yeah. They were great, really. I think I even have a Cold Steel t-shirt.
Yeah, I've got one. I've got two. Back in the day.
Well, Troy is awesome, I have to say. Really, really good.
Yeah, that's interesting.
I know what he did with a Wasted song, and the next song will be released this year, hopefully, will be enormous good. Really, really good.
Okay, then you've also got another friend of mine on vocals. You've got Ripper Owens, Tim Owens. I mean, how did you hook up with Tim?
Well, as we always do, that sometimes we write a song and we think about the singer, who could fit in this, And I think Ripper Owens was one of those, like Tony Martin, when we wrote Darkest Hours, like this should be Tony Martin,
That's a great song, that. Brilliant.
Yeah. And this song, this should be Ripper Owens, we contact him, and he did it, and it come out really, really good. I have to say, really, really good.
Right, excellent. So, and you've also got like Ronnie Romero's in Metal Church, also Vicious Rumours. You've also got like Rick Altzi from Masterplan, and so many great. How did you hook up with these guys?
Well, I don't know. I think everything started when we started Secret Society. We did a couple of songs, right? And who could be the singer? We didn't thought about much, but since I was a friend with Jay, Ronnie Monroe's wife by then, I asked Jay, I think Ronnie could be interesting to sing this. And it was like, it took 2 hours. And he wrote and recorded 2 songs for us.
Wow.
2 hours. And one of those was Broken Crutch, the opening song on Induction. So that was fucking amazing. And well, I have no clue, well, it's just to contact people, see if they're interested, to work with us. And well, so far, so good,
What's the other song that you recorded, Linkan? What was the other one? Is it going to be released as well?
With Ronnie Monroe?
Yeah.
It's called In the Name Of, and we choose to not use that song because when we did an EP, 5 tracks EP, we have like one slow song already, And In the Name Of was also a bit slow, think about Ronnie James Dio, but a bit slow, So we didn't really want 2 slow songs on the 5 tracks EP. So we left that out, really. But it's a great song, and hopefully we can use it, in the future.
I mean, like Rick did Monsters. I mean, how did you hook up with Rick?
Well, we know Rick, since many years. So it was pretty natural to contact Rick since we all know him since many, many years,
Did you know him when he was in his band Frequency?
Yeah, exactly.
Right.
Exactly. Yeah. That's when the Liver Parasite I talked about before. That's when we were active at almost the same cities, I mean, Rick lives 20 minutes from here, so we were active in the 90s at the same time. So it was natural to contact Rick because we know him since many, many years.
Yeah, I met Rick last 2 years ago because I work with Anvil, I drum tech for Anvil, and he came to one of the Spanish shows. I think he lives in Spain now, I believe.
Yes, I remember that.
Yeah. So I mean, obviously you've got what's the other singer you've got? You've got Joe Basket. Who's Joe? I don't really know him, to be honest. What band's he been with?
Well, Joey Basket, he's just awesome. He played with Shy, with Tony Mills.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, keyboard player on the Shy
Right.
and Tony Mills. So he's just enormous good musician, you know. And he's always there for us. Whatever we need, he's always there. So he played, I think, Monsters, right?
Yeah.
Broken by Design, I think he played.
Yeah,
he did.
You did that one as well, yeah.
And now he play in The Serpent. He is enormous good musician, really.
If I'm right, Lee Lincoln, didn't you do a song with Messiah from Candlemas?
No, I didn't.
Right. Okay, well, maybe I got that bit wrong. I mean, thinking of singers that you could have on you for future songs, I'd think of Dino Gillespie. He'd be a great singer for you.
Yeah, absolutely.
Or Jorn Lande.
Yeah, absolutely.
Ray Alder from Fate's Warning.
Yeah. You know, there is so many great singers.
I can send you a list. I can send you a list of great singers and
yeah. Stand up, you know, because there's always, you know, ongoing singers but the thing is that it should be good songwriters also, you know, not just good singers. But you know, there is so many good singers out there and songwriters. So, you know, but it's about to, you know, the timing and the schedule, everything have to fit together. But yeah, there is many, and we already been in touch actually with a couple of singers that we talk with. So yeah, there will be absolutely.
Are you allowed to tell me who the singers are? Is it a secret society?
No, but we have Ripper Owens, right? For the next track, and after that is Troy Norr. After that, well, I'm not sure if I can tell, but we've been talking about some singers that give it okay, you know, that we will work with. That's for sure. Well, what can I say? There could be. No, I don't say anything.
Fair enough. I mean, the EP, the induction. Why is it an EP? And why are you actually going to release an album?
The thing was, we released the first EP, right? And then it was supposed to release another EP, right, with 5 tracks. But the point was that we released first a single from the second EP. But, you know, it took so long time to do everything, you know, with, you know, the schedule again and videos and everything. So from that, the second EP, we start to release just singles. And that's where we are right now. So, well, I'm not sure. For the moment, we're actually comfortable to just release singles, I have to say, so we can focus on one song at the time.
It'd be nice if you could release it as a full album at some point. I think a lot of fans would like that.
Yeah, well, we have, I think, 9 songs out right now, I think, in total. So, and 2 more. So, yeah, hopefully we could do that.
Yeah, it'd be nice. It'd be very nice. So, why did you call it the induction? Did you have any other titles for the EP? And is it available for people to buy as an EP?
Yeah, it actually is on the CD. I think it's on our Facebook. I'm not sure how it is right now, but it should be available. Well, the induction, you know, is, you know, the Illuminati stuff, you know, with the secret society, you know, the induction.
Yeah.
So we induct all the singers and musicians. So I think that's come from that, really.
Okay, then. So how long did it take to record this? Because Andy La Rocque from King Diamond produced and mastered it, I presume, and mixed it all. Or did you produce it yourselves?
Well, every song, you know, we record everything ourselves. And, well, you know, it takes a while because we're not signed up by a label or something. We don't have really deadlines, so we can spend extra time on every song, to try a different arrangement and so on. But when we come to Andy, we have everything finished, on a hard drive with all the files, and Andy reamped the guitars and the bass, and he do some stuff with the drums. But to mix a song with Andy, one song, it takes one day. Sometimes we have to come back the day after and fix some stuff, but it takes you a day.
Interesting. I mean, also, I forgot to mention you got Matt Boals involved with you from Yngwie Malmsteen. That must have been something to get him on vocals as well.
Yeah, it was amazing to have Mark Boals, almost a childhood hero, also from Yngwie Malmsteen. He was enormous great singer, So, I mean, when we wrote the song, The Serpent, the music, I'm not sure, but I think Mark was busy at the moment. So we decided to write the song with Sabu again. But when we sent to Mark and he did his own stuff, he put really his signature on the song, and it was fucking amazing to hear it, So, well,
I mean, is Andy La Rocque doing any guitar solos on any of these songs? I presume you've got him involved doing something.
Not yet. He haven't done. No, not yet. But no, not yet. But it could be one day, hopefully. It will be really, really cool.
I mean, like I said to you earlier.
He's a really, really good guitar player. My God.
Oh yeah, he is. It's like I said, he's totally underrated as a guitar player. He doesn't get the respect that he should get. He's one of my favorite, alongside the Judas Priest Saxon guys. Andy's got his own distinct sound, and when it's him. And there's so many people trying to copy him.
Well, first of all, Andy, it's not possible to copy his style. Not possible. Second, I think Andy got the respect in he need and want. Because talk to anyone in the business or whatever, Andy have the highest respect in the business. I have to tell you that. So well, he's just fucking great.
Yeah, he is. He is. I mean, when I said to you earlier on about getting Messiah from Candlemass, I think he'd be pretty good because you are a Swedish band and you've got the Swedish elements in your music. So I think Messiah would be a good choice as a vocalist on one of the songs.
It could be, if we do the doom stuff, more than doom stuff,
I mean, there's something about Sweden. That Sweden seems to have a lot of doom metal. I don't know why, because I'm very good friends with Tad Morose. I think you're friends with Krista, aren't you, on Facebook?
Sorry?
I'm very good friends with the guys from Tad Morose, and I think you're friends with Krista Andersson, I believe, on Facebook.
I'm not sure. Really.
Yeah. They're a really good band from Bollnäs in Sweden.
Yeah. Of course.
Yeah,
well, I'm not sure at doom things Sweden, the darkness probably. Yeah.
I mean, there's something about Swedish musicians. They all seem to be very neoclassical. I mean, I guess Yngwie Malmsteen must have been the main inspiration for all Swedish guitarists.
You know what? I think it comes from the Swedish folk music. That's what it comes from, maybe inspired by the classic music, but I think it comes from the Swedish folk music. With a typical melodies, So that's what I think it's coming from.
Right. So how many more songs are you going to be writing then? Because what do you do besides Secret Society? Have you got another band that you're doing? Because you must be doing something.
No, I don't. I do some session recordings from time to time, Again, with Sabu. Sometimes he do some albums and I do some session recordings. But no, I don't have any more bands. I want to focus on this, and I love what we're doing. Seriously, it's the most funny thing that I've ever done in my life, really. And and much more to come, really.
Well, I hope it goes really well. How's it going to pan out when you guys want to tour or gig? How many singers are you going to have on tour?
Well, we talk about that from beginning. We were not a touring band, but if we have the opportunity to do some gigs, fine. But could do one or two singers maybe. We do everything. Not sure about that, but it would be interesting to do actually.
Well, Lincoln, I'd like to thank you for doing this interview. I wish you all the best with the project. It's a fantastic project. In fact, people out there watching this, please check out Secret Society. They're doing some fantastic songs. So thank you, my friend, for today for the interview. Do you have anything to say to the people watching this on YouTube?
Thank you for listening, and there will be much more music to come from Secret Society. Yeah.
Brilliant. Well, thank you, Lincoln. Have a nice day. I will send you this interview later today. It'll be online tonight, so I'll send you the link. If you just share it, I'd appreciate that.
I will do, for sure.
Cheers, my friend. Right, Lincoln, I'll be in touch, and all the best. Have a nice weekend.
The same. See you.
And say hello to all the guys from me, especially Andy.
I will.
Cheers, brother. Take care. Bye, brother. Bye.
Bye.